So they really are pushing forward with, well, it's happened, for example. So this is what I'm reading today. For example, that Elon Musk, Tesla, is looking to hire senior staff in India. Job advertisements are being posted on LinkedIn, etc., and signaling progress in the electric vehicle market. And it plans to enter the world through, sorry, the world third biggest auto market. So the postings come less than a week after Musk's meeting with the Indian Prime Minister Modi in Washington. So Tesla did not immediately respond to Reuter's request to comment, but obviously this is what's happening. So Tesla has for years planned an India market entry, even setting up a local manufacturers. Some executives were hired around 2022 through some top level people. Okay, so think about this. So this has been something which was planned for a number of years and not just now. And I just wanted to mention that so that we don't think, oh, because of Donald Trump that they met each other. Modi said that he knew him before, and they met when he was like a vice prime minister, for example. But look at this, we got to give congratulations to India on this, because they've been able to get this massive deal, which will really help the economy in India, as well as the cars can be sold for cheaper as well. So that's going to make more business sense for Elon Musk as well. And that's why I said about looking at the strategies as a business owner, and looking at what his strategies are when he's dealing with business. For example, is looking at getting the best deal. And if a man can get 13 billion worth of contracts from the government, for example, and private, isn't that amazing? That is a big achievement for anybody to have achieved. Whether we like it or not, it's a big achievement. And, this was 5 years. But something, even though 5 years, it started 5 years ago, the contracts did, what was the work that needed to be done before the 5 years? You see, a lot of people think that you're going to get, when you get a contract, it just comes instant. Look how many times he's probably applied for things and we don't know. He didn't get it. And then he tried again. And he tried again. Because sometimes you can get a government contract and you apply and it's like, yes, you got it. And then next minute, oh, it's not starting. We're going to have to delay it. We don't have the funds. We have to delay it. And that's how maybe it went for Elon Musk. I don't know. Maybe he was lucky that he applied and he got it the first time round. I would love to know whether that was the case, or whether he had to do this on multiple occasions. Because look, the Prime Minister of India, Modi, for example, this was going on from 2022, from what I read. So this didn't, this is like 3 years later, this deal has happened. So, I think every business owner needs to think when they're applying for a contract, sometimes it doesn't happen straight away. So I'm just drinking my tea. It can happen, a year later, where it's like, oh, okay, we're ready now. We need to start pulling on the people that said that they can do this contract and we've given this contract to. Or it could be that, it's starting and then some think blocks something, and then it's like a halt, and then you have to wait for it to start again because it's just how it is. But imagine, in order to get contracts of worth of 13 billion, I've never heard of someone getting that many contracts amounting to that amount. I don't even know what Richard Branson's contracts are worth, for example, and I will look that up. But what we need to do, business owners, care providers, for example, need to look at what contracts you can apply for, because Elon Musk started from somewhere. You know, he didn't just suddenly appear at straight away 13 billion. It took years, blood, sweat and tears, I can imagine, and also nearly losing, you know, his business, for example. So that could be why he's so aggressive with all of these contracts, because of what he's been through before. Okay, so think about it. I want you to have a list of contracts that you've gone on sites to look at. You know, if you're in America, check out the Department of State website. The link is in the previous video that I did. I will put the link here as well. Either this side or that side, the video will be there, for example. And then look at the Department of State contracts that are available that you can apply for, because some of them are small, some of them are medium, some of them are large. Start somewhere, especially some of you that may have lost your positions, your jobs, for example. There's other platforms besides the Department of, you know, the State Department, for example, for contracts. sam.gov, you know, there's UK, there's plenty of contracts wherever you are around the world. But don't think that these contracts will come quickly. But sometimes they do come quickly. But then there's a process that they have to go through. They've got to get all the paperwork ready. They've got to do the terms. They've got to do the contracts. All of that has got to be given to the legal team. Then the legal team have to put together this contract for you to sign. And there could be something in there that's not right, that needs changing. Then that can delay it before you even get to sign the contract. Sometimes you get to sign the contract and then the start date is, you know, possibly 3 months later or something like that. So just think about the partnerships that you can create in order for you to get contracts. And this is what's leading us back to today's live, is for you to see what contracts that you can get and what partnerships that you need to make in order to win a contract, in order to work with an organization. Start off small. Remember I said about the previous videos about community, building community, which is what Elon Musk has done, is built community, but he's built it with high net worth governmental leaders, those that have got the bigger contracts. He's gone for the high value contracts. That's what's made him a billionaire, for example. 13 billion and counting probably worth of contracts, because he's gone for high level ones because of what he offers. He's got the technical teams in as well, because he knows what he wants, but he's got the technical team in to do it as well. And remember, there's AI that is very familiar with. So of course is going to be the master at that, for example. And then there's also the internet, for example. So that's one of his technology, is a technology engineering type of person, and he knows his stuff. So the contracts that he's applied for relates to that. And if you think about what your skills are, then you apply for contracts that relate to your skill. That is the thing. But we've also got to make sure that the policies that we adhere to match what it is that we're doing. We don't want any conflict of interest. We don't want to have, for example, if you was to apply for a contract and your cousin worked in a government building and they had an idea that this contract was coming up and you got to hear about it beforehand, that is an unfair advantage. That is a conflict of interest. And we got to make sure that we stay away from this, because otherwise people can pull you up on it. Someone will find something out and then they'll be like, oh, this is a conflict of interest. So you don't want to get into that type of scenario. So that's why I'm going so hard about the types of contracts and the level of contracts, and also the policies around the contracts that we're applying for. That is so important that we adhere to them as well. So tomorrow I'm going to be going through some more contracts training, but also policy. Policy is key, because at the end of the day, if we don't follow the policies, then it can come back to bite us, and we don't want that. So just think about your partnerships. Think about that you're not, using any influence that's going to make you stronger than someone else. For example, you want to get a contract on merit. You want to get it on that you can do that job effectively, for example. So I hope that was helpful to you. And I just wanted to say congratulations as well to India for winning the EV market with Elon Musk. And I'm sure that it's going to be a wonderful jobs for the economy as well. So I'm very happy for you, India. So well done. So thank you, everyone. That's it for me today. And join me tomorrow. I'm going to be going live tomorrow, 7 p.m. UK time, but also 2 p.m. American time.